What is good, Ninja? OG over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE News. Today, we've got some great topics. We're still kind of catching up with that massive Nintendo Direct that Nintendo had because there were a lot of different games announced. So today, we're going to be talking about some Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, and how weird that game is. Also, we're going to be talking about Okami HD. It's finally coming, which I told all of you guys it would be coming, so stop complaining about it. And we do have some updates on that. And also, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is also coming to Nintendo Switch and also the 3DS as well. So let's go ahead and get right into this. And we're starting off with Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. We got the first gameplay of it, and this game is definitely kind of different than what maybe some were expecting. I kind of thought that it would be like it was played out. It was weird at first, but at the same time, I think that looking at it over and over now that I've seen the gameplay trailer a number of times, I actually really like what's going on here. So let's go ahead and get into the article here that we can kind of talk about what Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes is all about. So this game is due out in 2018 for the Nintendo Switch, and Grasshopper Manufacturer has debuted the first gameplay footage of Travis Strikes Again and No More Heroes on the Nintendo Switch. Now here is an overview of the game via Nintendo. When Travis Touchdown wanders into the game world, he goes on a rampage of epic proportions. The latest title in the cult classic No More Heroes series contains a total of 7 game titles, including an action game, a racing game, and puzzle game. By using another Joy-Con controller, 2 players can team up for co-op multiplayer action. The game is due out once again in 2018. It's not going to be a 2019 title. Some people were thinking, is this game coming out this year? Yes, it's coming out this year. We just don't know what date it's coming out. And of course, the gameplay footage, there wasn't a lot of it, but there was definitely enough for me to kind of give my impressions on what I think. So I think this game is kind of a combination of what the No More Heroes franchise has done throughout its history, which is just No More Heroes 1 and No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle. And essentially in both of those games, mini games were a big part of the actual game. Like, you actually had to do those mini games in order to get the money so you can upgrade your sword and all of that, so you can get through the tougher like assassin ranked missions and all of that. Was basically the base of the game, because really what you were doing most of the time was probably playing mini games, because the levels themselves weren't very long or anything like that. You kind of just go in a linear path and you fight a boss at the end of it, so it won't take you very long to get through that. So a lot of the time you're kind of just doing other things in the game, whether it's mini games and all of that. So essentially what they did here is they said, okay, let's take some of these games that we always do and kind of just drop Travis in there, but actually have full control of them, and it not be so much of a mini game, but more of core games based around that. So I can see the idea that they were going for because of what No More Heroes is about. No More Heroes has never been about like silky smooth gameplay or anything like that. It's always been about the novelty of using motion controls for the most part, and if you didn't use them in No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle, then it was essentially just a normal game that kind of wasn't as smooth or as fluid as other action games like God of War or Bayonetta or anything like that. Now, it always had an interesting story, and I think that's the reason why people love No More Heroes, is because of Travis Touchdown. It's because of the story and because you use a beam katana. So you're still doing all of that in this game. I did see in some of the gameplay snippets, you do have the suplexes and different types of ones, how it kind of puts together in terms of the depth of the game. Like, I saw Travis running around and slashing people, but how many combos are you going to have? How many moves are you going to have? What are you going to be able to do in terms of the boss battles and how that works out? So I do feel that there is the essence of kind of what's going on with No More Heroes, but they've just done it in a completely different way. Another thing that I've noticed is they stripped out like the open world aspects. Obviously No More Heroes 1 had that, No More Heroes 2 not so much, but it did have like 8-bit mini games. So they kind of stripped out that and got rid of all of that stuff. So you're not going to have like the crazy hit detection and all that No More Heroes 1 had, but it looks like it's going to run at a silky smooth 60 frames per second based on just the gameplay that I'm seeing here. Looks like it's going to be very smooth, looks like it's going to run efficiently, and it's going to look great, going to have a nice sharp image to it. So overall, at first I was like, what? But then after kind of looking at it over again and kind of seeing the possibilities and seeing what they're kind of do and connecting the dots from the other games, because I've played the heck out of the other games, but I really just played them because Travis Touchdown is cool and because you're using a beam katana, and the story was always kind of good for the most part. I think it was interesting, at least. I know that. I don't know if it was actually a good story, but it was definitely interesting. But I'm completely down for something kind of different in this franchise, and hopefully this does well. Maybe we'll get more a game that's aligned with No More Heroes 1 and 2 in terms of everything, but overall I think that it's a great game. It's going to carry a lot of the basic makeup of what made No More Heroes 1 and 2 good, and I'm looking forward to seeing more on it. So what do you guys think about Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes on the Nintendo Switch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, I'm moving into the next article here. This is something that I knew that was going to be coming to Nintendo Switch, but people still kind of told me no, it's not coming, and that is Okami HD for the Nintendo Switch. It has been announced and it's dropping this summer. This is a game that I knew that was going to come. They probably just need a little bit more time to tune it up for the Nintendo Switch. So the Nintendo Switch version, which will probably make it the best version in my opinion, because it will have touchscreen controls as well. So Okami HD is coming to Nintendo Switch via the Nintendo eShop this summer, Capcom has announced. So no physical version at this point. Okami HD is one of the most visually breathtaking action games ever created. It's coming to Nintendo Switch with high-definition graphics updated for modern HD televisions, originally released in 2006, marrying art with action and an epic tale, making it one of the most unique and beautiful video games ever. Okami HD will be available as a digital download for the Nintendo Switch this summer. In the game, players draw brushstrokes on screen with the Celestial Brush to battle opponents or solve puzzles. Unique to the Nintendo Switch, new functionality for the Celestial Brush, taking advantage of the Nintendo Switch system's touchscreen and motion control support to create intuitive, new ways to solve puzzles and defeat foes. These artistic touches include touchscreen painting, create brushstrokes directly on the Nintendo Switch on the touchscreen in handheld mode, motion control painting, paint with the Joy-Con controller's motion controls in TV or tabletop mode by moving it in the desired pattern just like a paintbrush. So that's going to be interesting to see if it actually works out. I know Okami on the Wii kind of had something like that, but I don't think it was implemented the best on there. So art meets the action and puzzle solving in Okami HD, where players must use a combination of magic abilities, clever attacks, and an arsenal of items and celestial brush techniques to restore life and color to the land of Nippon. In the game, players take on the role of Amaterasu, the Japanese sun goddess who inhabits the form of a legendary white wolf Chiranu on a quest to defeat Orochi, an 8-headed demon and tyrannical monster responsible for turning the world into a ruined wasteland. A cast of colorful allies appear to help Amaterasu defeat foes and rid the land of Orochi's curse. So that is Okami in a nutshell, guys. It's a fantastic game. It's a Game of the Year quality style of game. A lot of people did give it Game of the Year back in 2006 over Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which caused, I guess, a mini, like, almost fight at IGN back in the day, but you guys can read up on that on your own. But yeah, man, it's one of those games that I've played many times. I've already beaten it. I beat it on the Wii, I beat it on the PS2, and I've played the PS3 version as well. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be picking this one up, but at the same time, for those who haven't played it yet, I think it's going to be a great and fun game to play. If you like Legend of Zelda, especially the old school style of Legend of Zelda, then you're definitely going to like Okami on the Nintendo Switch. So what do you guys think about Okami HD coming this summer? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, I'm moving into the final article here. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is coming to Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo 3DS on July 13th. This includes new courses based on Super Mario Odyssey. So Nintendo is bringing Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which originally launched for the Wii U back in January 2015, to Nintendo Switch and 3DS worldwide on July 13th, the company has announced. And here's a little bit of an overview of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker if you don't know what this game is about. So Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which originally launched back on the Wii U, is coming to Nintendo Switch. The new version includes new miniature courses based on various kingdoms in the Super Mario Odyssey game. Also, anyone can play with a friend or family member by sharing a pair of Joy-Con controllers. While one player controls Captain Toad, the other can assist with things like turnip cover fire. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker launches on the Nintendo Switch on July 13th. There will be a Nintendo 3DS version of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker as well, which includes stereoscopic 3D visuals and touchscreen controls, which also launches on July 13th. So there you go, Captain Toad is coming to Nintendo's current platforms that are being supported at this point. I do think Captain Toad on the Nintendo Switch, if you really want a great experience, that is going to be it right there. If you like puzzle games, you like what Captain Toad is about, I think it's going to be great using Nintendo Switch. You can play it portably, you can play it on the TV, you can have that Joy-Con cover fire. I actually think that's really cool that they're able to put in those type of elements in there. And Captain Toad is one of those games, for me, it's kind of like you love it or you hate it. I wasn't in love with Captain Toad Treasure Tracker in terms of what they did, just because I wasn't in love with the Captain Toad levels in Super Mario 3D World. I think that they're a good side distraction for me at least, but I kind of knew that, hey, you know what? I think there's people that are really going to like this and they're going to want to use the gamepad at the time. It was like you can only use the gamepad for the Captain Toad levels in Super Mario 3D World. So that's one thing that I'm kind of just thinking, okay, well, we'll see what happens with this one. I think a lot of people are going to buy it, though. I think it's going to be a great game for those who do like the style. And overall, it's more games this summer. I mean, Okami, we also have Crash Bandicoot, we have Project Octopath. There are a ton of great games coming. Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana, SNK Heroines, Tag Team Frenzy. There's just so many games, man, and just not enough time to play everything. But I'm actually really happy that this game is coming over, and hopefully it does find a nice audience on the Nintendo Switch, which I think it will, because a lot of people actually picked it up on the Wii U. It did pretty well on that system considering the install base. So what do you guys think about Captain Toad Treasure Tracker hitting the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo 3DS on July 13th? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming page. Consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.